Hello, today we're going to change the exhaust manifold on the passenger side with a 2003 Ford F150. It's a 4.6 liter engine. Let's get started. Just take your panel removing tool, slide it up under these tabs, just push it down, slide it right up underneath, and then just pop them out one by one. So you got one there, and you got two up here. So I'm just going behind the panel and then just popping them out so they're loose. You stick the tool up behind the panel, pop them right out. Pretty simple. Let's move on. 5mm bolt here. There's one, there's two, there's three, and then we've got number 4. So we're going to take those 4 off, and we'll be able to take off this inside wheel well cover. We also have one more fastener up there we got to take out. It's right in the front, right near the front bumper in the corner. We got 2 more holding it on right here. I'm using a 5.5mm socket, 1/4" drive. I'm gonna have to take the one out of the bottom up here. Once you get the bottom one off, you just lift everything out, open it all up. On the back side, you have these wires. You're gonna want to take these loose from the wheel well cover. And just pop up, use your tool, and you'll move that out of the way. Well, there's the exhaust manifold we're going to fix. As you can see, nuts have rusted off. It is completely rusted in there. So we got to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts on top. Then we got to get underneath, which you won't be able to see with the 4 nuts on the bottom. I'm going to take off these 2 exhaust flange bolts. So got our work cut out for us. It's not going to be easy. So I got this one to break free, so that's a start. We got one coming. Alright, we got one out. I'm just going to take them one at a time, whichever one comes out the easiest, and we're going to keep working. Alright, the nut came off of that one, so we got 1, 2 out now. Another one in the far back is broken. Now we gotta get this last top nut off, and then we'll move to the bottom. Well, it's hard to see, but go from underneath the vehicle, you can get to the back nuts. One broke off there. There's another one up there. It's really hard to see, but we gotta get those out. So from the exhaust flange, the second bolt on the back side, I got with an extension. Came through, came way out here. It's coming loose. Got that back one free. So I'm gonna finish it up. Well, I broke it free on top, and then I came underneath to ratchet it completely out. So we got one more to do, two more to do. We got two more to do. Let's keep at it. I got the bottom bolt of this one, so we're just gonna get that last one out. The bottom bolt. I don't know. You can't see it. Came right off. Well, I'm gonna have to cut this nut off. This one's rounded off, completely rusted. And then these flange bolts, I'm gonna have to cut out. We're getting through that bolt, so we keep working at it. It's gonna come eventually. It's a lot of work, but you can get it off. Alright, cut through it. Took forever. And as you can see, the bottom bolt, we cut through. Time to do the top one. Oh, what a pain. Now I'm just gonna take a chisel and a hammer and knock in the corners so I can pull this bolt out of the flange. So there it is. So put a pair of vice grips on it, knocked in the edges, and just pull the bolt and nut right out of the flange. So gotta get the top one off. Let's get back to work. Well, finally cut through the top bolt. It is possible with hand tools. Power tools will make your job a lot quicker. This took me hours, but the pressure pushed the nut right off. It's cut free, so cut through it. Got the exhaust flange bolts broken free. Gonna move on, get the rest of the manifold off. Well, no torch, so there's only one way to get this nut off. Hammer and chisel. It's gonna take a long time, but we'll get it. So I'm just chiseling away at the nut around the stud. I'm just gonna keep breaking it free until I have access to just a stud. So I'm gonna keep working on it. Alright, we chiseled it enough to where it started to spin. So now the nut is spinning. I can just show you that I'm hitting it. Now I can show you that when you hit the nut, it'll spin. So it's broken free. So I just gotta maneuver this around. So we're just gonna keep knocking this nut around. It's gonna come off. It's broken free now, so we should have this off soon. So now the nut's starting to spin. I'm gonna keep chiseling it here. It should break the nut free and it should come completely off. So we're almost there. This manifold will slide off. Well, it's dark now, so I'm gonna work my way. I'm gonna work this exhaust manifold out. Get everything loose. Just gonna slide the manifold. Comes out like that. All of the gasket is corroded. All the gasket pieces out. Still gotta take out a couple studs. So I got this stud remover tool at Advanced Auto, and this should make it easier to take out these studs. So I'm going to get these out. This one's so tight to the frame I took the ratchet off. I'm just going to spin it off by hand. Put the tools on there. There you go. It's out. Makes it easy to remove these studs. So these two studs are really rusted and stuck in the head. We got this stud, doesn't look too bad, but it won't come out. And then we got these two studs that are pretty rusted in the head. So I'm gonna have to get a torch because I don't want to take a chance of breaking off the studs. So we're going to use a torch. I'm going to heat up around the stud. I'm going to use, this one's hard to get in to a tight space with my stud remover. So a pair of channel locks, and hopefully it'll break free. Alright, it's spinning. We get this one out. We'll continue. Alright, we got it almost all the way out. Now we can just screw it out by hand, and there it is. One's out. Alright, we heated up this one forever, and it finally broke free. Now I've got the stud extractor on it, getting it out. Stud extractor is pretty wide, but this one's got enough room to work in, so we're getting this one out. Alright, I can get this by hand, just twist it off. Alright, here it comes. It's out. Finally got another one out after heating it up around the stud with a torch. Finally got it to break free. Another one out. Procedure is the same with all of them. Just heat up the area around the stud and then be able to break it free. Do it for a few minutes and then try to use the stud extractor. So we got the worst scenario here. We got a stud broken off in the head. I'm gonna have to drill this out. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna use this center punch to get a hole started, and then we're gonna start drilling. Alright, we're using a right angle drill to drill out this stud. Get it right in the center of it, drill a hole in it so we can get our stud extractor in there and get this broken off stud removed. We're hammering in the stud extractor, small one, small hammer, using the crescent wrench. And it is spinning out. So there's good news on this one. So this is such a tight space to work in. I had this small little mini hammer. Give me enough clearance to knock this stud extractor in. But it worked. Now we're just finishing working it out. Just have to have patience in these tight spots. It's taking me hours to get all the right equipment to get this done, but it can be done. It's not going to be fun, but it can be done. Now that it's almost all the way out, I'm just going to pull out my stud extractor, grab a pair of pliers, and I'm just going to twist it out the rest of the way. We're almost completely out. We got the, you spin it out by hand now. There it is. Success. Just drilled a hole right in the middle. Put the stud extractor in. I don't recommend the spiral style stud extractor. Didn't work for me. I recommend this squared off style stud extractor. Worked much better, gripped much better, and it came out pretty easy. The spiral, on the other hand, yep, stud over there, one broke off in there, so we're gonna have to work on that. Well, after hours of heating this thing up, drilling, breaking bits, I finally drilled out this stud. I had to use a left-handed drill bit. It actually ended up breaking in the process, but it was enough to get the job done. This one stud was stuck. I have no reason why. This thing was completely rusted, but we used a stud extractor. It broke off inside the stud. We drilled that out. So, I mean, long process. But if you break off a stud extractor and the stud, end up using a drill mold tool to grind it out. And then I tried a left-handed bit, a left-handed drill bit, to get this out eventually, but my bit did break. I mean, I worked really slow to get this job completed, so I'm just gonna have to tap out this hole and then we'll be able to put it back together. Here's the exhaust manifold, all the studs and rusty bolts. For me, this job was a long process, a lot of headache, but if you get the right tools, you can get the job done. Every vehicle is going to be different because it just depends on how many studs won't come out. It could go smooth, you can get them all out. Could be a rough ride like mine was, but we got it out, got it done.